Hey guys, Emmy here. Welcome back to the channel. We're diving deeper into where winds meet, and things are about to get wildly chaotic. You're not gonna want to miss it. As soon as we stepped into Kaifeng, it felt like we'd walked into a giant playground full of distractions. This place is packed with all kinds of fun mini-games and activities. We wrestled in an adorable tiger sumo suit, tried our hand at Ma Diao, which is basically the ancient Chinese version of bluff. We also get to balance some weights for one of those quirky meow meow cat quests. Finally, we tested our silver tongue in Gift of Gab, where you try to outwit and mentally destroy your opponent. While exploring Kaifeng, I randomly ran into a world boss called the Twin Lions, completely by accident. They're this energetic lion dance pair. One's always happy-go-lucky, the other's carrying heavy grudges from the past. Surprisingly, once I watched their attack patterns for a minute, the fight turned out to be quite straightforward and manageable. After tracking down a street performer named Xue Cou, he introduced himself casually, then immediately dragged me into a shady job, stealing a scroll from a courier station. I spent some time sneaking around, eavesdropping on conversations, and finally managed to snatch the scroll. But the second I had it in my hands, a disciple from the Nine Mortal Ways swiped it and took off running. What followed was an absolute mad chase across the city. I was leaping from rooftop to rooftop, crashing through a bathhouse full of people, and climbing all the way up a tall tower. After beating the guy down, the big twist came out. The whole thing was staged. Xue Cou had planted the disciple himself as part of my training. Turns out that Xue Cou is one of the founders of the Nine Mortal Ways. Before we parted, he mentioned he'd keep an eye out for any news about Han Yi, which means he already knew I was searching for her. Next, I decided it was time to visit the Nine Mortal Ways Martial Hall. But outsiders aren't exactly welcome. So I got myself a proper disguise as an outer disciple named Muddle. Once I looked the part, I walked straight in like I belonged there. Inside, I spotted Tiancai and smooth-talked him into handing over his core disciple token. With the token secured, I slipped into the inner quarters and performed the skill theft right in the training grounds. And just like that, the mortal rope dart was mine, smooth as silk. A mysterious grain shortage led me to the ever-normal Granary. Instead of finding relief, I walked into an ambush by Li Shoujie and his soldiers. I soon discovered the horrifying truth. The real Shen Yilun, master of the Granary, had been kidnapped and replaced by Zheng E. Using a clever disguise, he had been secretly siphoning grain to the Ghostlight Market as revenge for his family's death and stolen land. Deep underground, I finally confronted Zheng E. The fight was brutal. He kept pressuring me with fast, aggressive combos, forcing me into a high-stakes dance of perfect parries and desperate dodges. After the intense battle, Shen Yilun sacrificed himself to break the cycle of hatred. In the end, Zheng E laid down his weapons and chose to honor Shen Yilun's dream, becoming the new master of grain and ensuring the people of Kaifeng would never starve again. While wandering the quiet streets of Kaifeng, I heard angry shouting coming from a nearby house. Curiosity got the better of me, so I went to investigate. Inside, I found a young man named Xiao Shi, tied up and furious. He was being forced into an arranged marriage he wanted nothing to do with. After breaking him out, I ended up playing reluctant matchmaker between him and his beloved Shen Yu. What followed was an absolute marathon of roof jumping across Kaifeng. I spent days running back and forth between the estates, delivering messages, giving terrible gift advice, and even playing wingman during secret nighttime meetings. The families were dead set against the union, but these two were determined. After countless schemes and dramatic confrontations, I helped them stand up to their parents and choose their own path. In the end, I earned the title Little Matchmaker, and honestly, I'm not even mad about it. Continuing my exploration in Kaifeng, I somehow tracked down the infamous Wolf Maiden. My brain's clearly not working that day because I decided to fight the Wolf Maiden right away, knowing damn well she's one of the toughest bosses around here. Naturally, I got completely wrecked. So I went back to do something I'd been putting off for way too long, stealing the Moblade martial art. That meant sneaking into a hidden martial camp south of the city, infiltrating carefully, and going through the whole painful skill theft process, watching the master's moves, timing the rings like my life depended on it, and sweating through every attempt. After finally getting the Moblade, I went back for round 2 against the Wolf Maiden. This time, I actually won. Turns out the Wolf Maiden fights like she skipped breakfast, and I was the main course. As we made our way through Kaifeng, we nearly got busted by the guards for carrying illegal coins, until a big guy named Zhao Dage showed up and saved our asses by chucking live chickens at them. Absolute legend. Turns out, we were both heading to the Heroes Assembly at the Revelry Hall. No tickets? No problem. Zhao Dage had a plan. At the entrance, we watched a troublemaking couple get instantly executed by the Ember of East using a single life coin.
Double kill!
Exactly the person we were looking for. No tickets, no entry. So, Zhao Dage and I did the only logical thing. We wore dancer costumes and snuck in. We made it inside and somehow ended up right next to the Ember of East as the big show began. They brought out the legendary money-making vessel, the one that supposedly shows the deepest desires of the people. Shudarin stepped up first. The moment he touched it, gold coins rained down everywhere. Chaos erupted. An explosion rocked the hall. Someone tried to steal the vessel in the panic. Suddenly, Xiaofu appeared out of nowhere and tossed us a bag. We thought it was the real vessel, and we fought like hell to protect it until the guards arrived, only to open it and find a chamber pot. Now we're being accused as accomplices to the thief. Great. Time to clear our names and find out where the real vessel actually went. After the chaos at the Revelry Hall, things went from bad to worse. During the investigation, we almost got caught trying to steal a scroll and ended up in a frantic chase through the streets. Just when it looked like we were done for, Zhao Dage stayed behind, buying us time to escape. We regrouped at Gui Popo's house, where we coincidentally ran into Ying Ying. That night, Zhao Dage and I pieced everything together and reached one conclusion. The 9 mortal ways were behind the theft of the money-making vessel at the Heroes Assembly. The next morning, Shudarin and his men showed up, confiscating all the hard-earned coins we had just made. Xiaofu suddenly appeared out of nowhere and taunted him with the real money-making vessel. We gave chase and ended up deep in the Unbound Caverns, a horrifying underground network running human trafficking right beneath Kaifeng. We fought through some Oriate Pavilion and Shadow Revelry Hall minions, freed some prisoners, only to discover even darker things happening deeper inside. We took down more minions along the way, and finally faced the area boss Zhu Xiekule and his annoying little bird. I choked hard on the first try and got yeeted off the platform by accident, but cleared it cleanly on the second attempt. At the bottom of the tunnel, we caught another glimpse of Xiaofu, only to walk straight into a terrifying world boss waiting for us, the Tao Lord. The fight started strong, but phase 2 got insane when the Tao Lord split into 3 separate bodies, each wielding its own weapon. It quickly became overwhelming. In the middle of the chaos, I suddenly realized there wasn't just one Xiaofu running around. There's 3 of these little gremlins. After the battle, the 3 little figures tried to slip away, forcing me to chase them down. Turns out they're triplets, Xiaofu, Xiaolu, and Xiaoshou. They spilled everything about their plan with the Ember of East, then promised to meet us back home before disappearing once again. Alright, so while we were in the area, let's go explore the 9 Mortal Ways base in the Ghostlight Market. First, I saw a drunk guy straight up steal a boundary stone. Next, I ran into the classic shell game hustler, except this genius decided to scam me by removing all the balls. I also opened what looked like a shiny treasure chest, only for it to explode and kill me instantly. The best one though was the chess guy whose board was full of cheating pieces. I stole one of his tokens, filled my own board, and completely turned the tables on him. Poetic justice. Not long after we gathered at the house, Shidaran showed up again, this time coming straight for us. Ying Ying intercepted his blade with a bare hand, then casually blew away most of his men with overwhelming power. She was the Ember of East all along. She told us to get Guipopo to safety while she held them off. But Shidaran eventually overpowered her and took her away to the furnace. To get into the heavily guarded furnace, we did the most genius thing ever. We hid underneath a horse carriage as stowaways. Once inside the military grounds, we took down General Jinghuo, created some fiery distractions, and fought our way up the tower, running, flying, and defying gravity the entire way. At the very top, we found Shidaran completely obsessed with the vessel. He was turning innocent civilians into gold coins. Turns out, he had become the god of avarice. The boss fight was intense, getting more relentless as the battle went on. Then he switched to dual wielding, becoming far more aggressive and overwhelming. By the end, he transformed into a gigantic, godlike giant, towering over everything. We had to give everything we had, and a little power of friendship, just to bring him down. After defeating him, I flew over to save Ying Ying, but a mysterious figure in a yellow robe appeared. He looked eerily familiar. The coin crisis in Kaifeng was finally resolved. They introduced a new paper currency system, the birth of what would later be known as Jiaozi, to replace the chaotic metal coins and bring stability back to the capital. Looking back at how far we've come, it honestly feels surreal that we've finally wrapped up Kaifeng's main storyline, along with quite a few side quests that revealed some truly deep and emotional layers of this world's lore. This city has been an absolute roller coaster, from getting completely played by scammers left and right, to somehow ending up as a matchmaker, getting blown up by fake treasure chests, and even getting chased by guards while hiding under a carriage like some kind of discount ninja. It's been chaotic, ridiculous, heartbreaking, and hilarious all at the same time, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Thank you so much for being with me till the end of this episode. It truly means the world to me, and I'm really grateful for every single one of you who took the time to watch. Now, before I let you go, let's take a sneak peek at what's coming up next. If you liked what you saw, smash that like button, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next episode, and drop a comment below telling me what you'd love to see in upcoming videos. I'll see you in the next one.
今生是头好猪，来世做个好人。